Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jarishia, your favorite new construction realtor, and I am back once again with another new construction home interview today with Pam. We are at Rock Creek Community in Crowley, Texas. Meet Pam, everybody.
Hello everyone, my name is Pamela Leonard. I'm with DR Horton. We're in the great and excellent community of Rock Creek Ranch, located in Crowley, Texas, which is in southwest Fort Worth.
And this community is up and coming, it's brand new, like she said. So I have a couple of questions for Miss Pam today, and I got some answers for you guys. So we're gonna start with, I have a list of questions that you guys wanted me to ask her. So we're gonna start with, what incentives do you offer at Rock Creek?
Okay, great question. So with DR Horton, which everyone knows is America's builder, we've been around since 1978, and we just built our millionth home back in 2023. So right now our incentives are, we're doing our red tag sale, and that's one of our biggest and most popular promotions that we run. We do it 4 times a year. It's nationwide. And so right now a buyer is able to use $10,000 flex money. They can use it toward blinds, garage door opener, anything they want. We'll also give them $10,000 toward closing costs. And then we have interest rates. It depends on the neighborhood, but in our neighborhood, we're offering an interest rate of 4.5 for FHA and VA, which is your government loans, and then 4.99 for conventional loans. In some of our other neighborhoods, we do have the 3.99 in 3 of our other neighborhoods.
Okay. And are the incentives that you offer, are they tied to the Builder Pacific lenders, or are they allowed to use their own lenders?
So that's a 2-part question. On the red tag incentives, those are used with any lender. But with the $10,000 toward closing costs, that is used with our DHI mortgage. So to get that and the interest rate, that is tied strictly to DHI mortgage.
Okay.
Which is our in-house lender.
Okay. And what's the process for them to apply with your lender? We'll just come in and we'll get the information from the lender, and then they just apply?
I actually have a packet in-house, and then also they can go online to our DHI mortgage website, and my lender is Dina Arisola, so it would just be dhimortgage.com/Dina-Arisola. And so they can do it. So it doesn't even take more than 5 to 10 minutes. And she can get back with you within 24 hours. Usually she's back with you within a couple of hours and let you know if you're approved. It's a soft pull at that point, and then it is a hard pull as we do more digging into the background and everything.
Okay. And then the next question we have is, what's standard and what's optional inside of the homes that we can get here?
Okay. This community, Rock Creek Ranch, is a Rio Series. With DR Horton, we have multiple series, so you can start with the Express, the Grand, I'm sorry, I just got blank. So it's the Express, the Grand, the Rio. It's different types of, I'm gonna have to edit this. So I gotta start over. I'm sorry. What is that? Oh, what is that series? It's next the territory.
Classic, like?
Nope. It
traditional?
Nope. All of them are traditional, so that's where the confusion comes in.
Okay.
It's all of them are tradition. It is the I just went blank. It's a Geo? No.
We'll come back to it, okay?
No, we're gonna delete this. Let's start over. I know. We ain't that far down. We're just on question 2. Start over.
Okay.
Reset.
So, what's standard? Okay, first of all, tell us about the floor plans here in this community.
Okay, well, let's do a standard, because standard in all of our homes, you have a standard feature sheet, and that's going to be, your kitchen is going to have your stove, microwave, and dishwasher. That comes in every home. Your refrigerator, you can buy the double doors or the 4 doors, so that would be an upgrade. Your bathrooms come standard with the shower only, but you can upgrade it to a separate tub, separate shower on all of our plans, except for the Dove, which is our smallest plan. So, and that's just because it's not enough room to add that separate tub and separate shower.
Okay, and what are the minimum and the maximum number of bedrooms out in this community?
We start at 3 bedroom, 2 bath, which is our Dove, and then it goes all the way up to 5 bedroom, 4 bath with a game room, which is 2,800 square feet, and that is our Mallard plan.
Okay. And then, are there any optional features they can choose from?
Yes, there's several different options they can choose for. There's such as pendant lightings, different types of doors and things like that. So yes, they do have a list. And what we would do is each plan is different. So once that buyer goes on contract, for example, we have 10,000 flex money right now. I can say, okay, on this mallet plan, here's a list of items, whether it's extended gutters. So you have partial gutters, but they can do full gutters instead. It could be blinds. It could be changing out of features such as handles and things like that. So they can pick and choose as long as they don't go over that 10,000, and if they do, they can just pay the difference. And so yes, they do have different options.
Okay. And then what about as far as like picking out their countertops? Are they able to do that? Like, do they have a little bit of wiggle room as far as customization in their home if they build from the ground up?
Yeah, one of those questions, but that's okay. So what they will do is we have packets. Ever since COVID, most builders, the average builder is doing what they call packets now. And what that does is saves on costs, because when we order supplies, we want to order everything in bulk items, so it saves the buyer money. Saves the builder money. That's how we're able to save the buyer's money. So in our case, in this neighborhood, we're offering 4 different packets. So 2 of the packets have white cabinets, 1 have a gray cabinet, and 1 have a brownish black cabinet. Each packet will have its own countertop, its own backsplash, its own floor, its own cabinet color. Those colors are only tied into that packet, and so they can't mix and match.
Okay. And does that include carpet in the bedrooms or without carpet?
That is a set. The standard feature is carpet in the bedrooms, and then in your game room and on your stairs. You can pay extra to have that tile throughout your house. So if you are highly allergic, that is a cost. And
Okay.
so yes, it would just be based on per square feet, and we would all do that behind the scenes. Yeah.
Okay. What amenities does this community offer? What
So-
will this community have since it's a brand new community? being
So
built?
we do have an HOA, which is $750 a year, and what that covers is your amenities. So we have a park that's located. Time you come into the neighborhood, it's going to be at the end of the phase 1, and so they will have a big walking trail, a lot of greenery, park benches, and things of that nature. And then we also have an amenity center that's going to have an Olympic pool. It should be about 60,000 square feet. I'm researching right now if we're going to have pickleball. I know that's a really popular feature right now that people are putting in communities. And then changing features, shower, things of that nature. So we're still working on that amenity center to find out what all it does include.
Okay. Do you know if it'll have a dog park or anything like that?
From the renderings I've seen thus far, we don't know of that. That's why I said we are researching what's all going to be included, because this is going to be over 1,000 homes. So I'm sure we're going to have more than just this one amenity center up front. It'll be multiple phases. This first phase that we're in has over 200 homes. So by the time we get to 1,000, I'm sure there's going to be other amenities.
Okay. And can you tell me about, is there any shopping centers nearby here? I know people that are not from the area, if they want to move here, what can they expect as far as shopping? How close are we to shopping, and what do they have?
Good question. So we are located right off Chisholm Trail Toll here in McPherson, and so you do have shopping centers. There's a new Super Target that's getting ready to be implemented in this area, and they are breaking ground on it as we speak. It's passed by it today, so they are breaking ground on that. There's going to be an HEB within 5 miles of here, and that's on the right side of Chisholm Trail if you're leaving this neighborhood. We already have several Walmarts within the vicinity of 10 miles or less. You have Kroger, which is less than 10 miles away. We are right across the street from Tarleton State University, within walking distance. Clear Fork is not even 10 miles. I think it's right at 12 miles when last we measured. So you do have a lot of shopping centers. You have the outside shopping, but then you also have the malls. With Hewlin Mall is within 15 miles from here as well.
Okay. And then I have a question. What about I want to say medical facilities? Are you close to any medical facilities, hospitals?
Yes,
Clinics?
Harris Southwest is here local, which is going to be within 10 miles. Then also, I believe it's Hughley off I-35 and Crowley Road. That's not even 15 miles away. And then I have heard rumors that John Peter Smith is going to have a facility here coming up soon.
And then I know we're talking about appliances. You said the appliances that are included or that we're gonna come.
Stove, microwave, and dishwasher. It is Whirlpool stainless steel appliances.
Okay. And is this community gas or electric?
This is a gas community, so you will have tankless water heaters, and so your stove is gas and your furnace is gas.
Okay, nice. Do you have a lot premium attached to any specific lots that you have out here?
Excellent
And then
question.
what is it?
So some of the homes, most of the homes will have a lot premium. We range anywhere from 1,000 all the way up to 10,000 at this time. Some of the prices will go up. We're just just starting this phase, so we're right now 10,000 is my max, and then 1,000 is the minimum.
Okay. Can you explain to people who are first-time home buyers, they don't know what a lot premium is? Can you explain what a lot premium is and why there is a lot premium?
Lot premiums are based on the size and the location. Sometimes if a house is on a corner, you're going to have more land and more width on that house, so there is a premium. So it does cost to be on a corner lot in general. I showed Jarishia some homes today, and I mean, you could literally play football in the back of those yards, and it is that one was a $10,000 lot premium. So it is based on the size and the location of the house.
Okay. And then you probably do not, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Okay.
Is there a waiting list right now for any of your homes?
At this time, no. We just opened this phase not even a good 2 months ago, and so we did talk to a builder today. We have not had a completed house as of yet. Our first home should be completed at the end of this month, which is April. Then in May, we're projected to have about 15 to 20 houses finished, and then June we'll have more houses.
Okay. And then, so people want to know also the earnest money. I know that so some people who may rent, they think that, well, you have to have like a deposit, first month's rent and deposit. Earnest money is also what we consider on the selling side a deposit that holds the house for you. So what is the earnest money to hold the house for my potential buyers?
So in new homes, we have earnest money only. We don't have option money unless you're buying options on the house. I know when you're buying an existing house, you have options so that you can back out of the deal within 10 days or so. In new build, we ask that you get approved, and until the only reason you can cancel a contract with new build is if you're not approved. Or if your house didn't sell it, which is a contingency. Our earnest money is $4,000, and that's due at the time of contract. However, sometimes you're out looking and you didn't realize you're going to find a house, so we do work with you on that $4,000. If you want to I just did a contract last night, and the people put $1,000 down, and they're going to pay the balance in 2 weeks. So we do work with you, and then, like I said, it's $4,000. And so we do ask that you really be serious about buying the house, because it's not, you can't change your mind in 6 weeks and say, you know what, I changed my mind, I don't want this house, because then you did lose your earnest money. If it's for financial reasons or medical reasons, we work with you on trying to give you back your earnest money, but every situation is different. If there is a cancellation because you didn't get approved down the road, we will ask for a $250 a retainer fee, so because we did take the house off the market, and so we wasn't able to sell it, so we do keep a $250 administration fee, and then you get the balance.
Okay. And then as of right now, I know that we just started building, but does your builder see any do they foresee any construction delays?
At this time, no.
Okay.
No. And again, anything can change. We didn't foresee COVID, and then all of a sudden lumber and everything else were delayed. But thus far, everything has been on schedule.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask, is there any aviation nearby, airports, anything like that? Some people have some people who have maybe PTSD, and they would like to know if there's any aviation nearby, or do y'all have y'all heard of any plans of them putting in an airport anywhere nearby?
Have not heard of any plans for airport. However, I know there's Carlswell Air Force Base, which is in Southwest Fort Worth also, or West Side Fort Worth. Every now and then you do hear planes, but nothing that is like overhead. You can count the passengers on the plane or anything. So at this time, I have yet to see any. But as with any purchase, always do your personal research.
Okay. And then you told me, did you tell us already the expected completion dates of maybe like a home, if someone wants to build right now, how long does it normally take to build a home?
Normally build time, if say you go out and say, I like this lot, Pamela, I would like to build on this house. From that time, it's 4 to 6 months. If for some reason we already know the plan that's going on that house and we've already gotten permits, then it will take about 4 months. So it's about 4 to 6.
And then let's say you have a home that's you've already started building. They've already started building homes. So do we know when maybe like the first one will be completed as far as being able to close?
Say that again?
Any homes that are already being built, when will they be expected to be completed?
It just depends on the phase. Because,
well, I mean, now, the phase that we're working in now.
So
some of the homes that we saw this morning?
Mm-hmm. Well, it just depends on the stage of the house.
Okay.
Because one house may already have sheetrock in it and the other one only have frame. So it just depends. For example, the house we were in today was at mechanical stage, which is your electrical, plumbing, your HVAC. We talked to the builder there. He didn't have sheetrock in, but sheetrock was delivered, and so that's considered a stage 5 on my home. And he said it would be in end of May, 1st of June for that completion. So again, the house right next door could be at the same look to our natural eye, the same phase and stage, but it could be July. So it just depends. We try to give you an estimate of within the 30-day time frame.
Okay. And then could you tell my viewers how many stages are there to building a house from beginning to end? So
there are 13. We consider completed house, ready to move in. Here's your keys, stage 13. So it's 0 to 13. 0 is at your ground where we're talking about getting your permit and things like that. Stage 1 is your foundation, and then you go through your process of build. Stage 9 is the stage where we start calling out inspectors and the city inspectors, and we start calling the realtor and the buyer and says, get ready to do your inspection on the house. About stage 10 and 11, we want you to go ahead and walk through the house, blue tape it, tag anything that's wrong with the house, and then that gives us about 7 to 10 days to correct whatever you found wrong with the home, and then that'll put us into stage 12, and then we'll go to closing, and that clicks us over to stage 13, and you close on your house.
Okay. And then once you close on your house, the day you close on your house, you should be able to get your keys that day, unless they're just waiting on funds. So once we have closed, you have signed, then we will fund, your lender will send over the funds to DR Horton, and then you'll be able to come back to the sales office and get your keys, correct?
Yes. So what happens is we call it closing and funding, and you have to do both. So closing is the signing of the documents. Funding is the money transferring to hands and everything is approved. That's when we release the keys. So a lot of people will say, oh, I've already closed on my house. Right, but you haven't funded. You have to do those two things to get the keys. That's why it's really important to try to get an earlier closing, because if you close on a Friday evening at 5 o'clock, most banks are already closed and the money can't get wired until Monday. So then you won't get your keys that weekend. So I tell people, I know you like to close on Friday, but I rarely will ask for you to close on Friday, because if something happens on Thursdays, at least you have that overlay to the next day and you can get your keys and still be ready to move in by that weekend. So just future thought. If you can, close earlier in the day or before Friday.
And do you have any advice as far as closing times? Should they close in the beginning of the month, middle, or end as far as their business?
It doesn't matter. If you close at the beginning of the month, you're going to pay more taxes and insurance and everything for the rest of the month. If you close at the end of the month, you don't have as many fees, and so you can move in, but you still either way, no matter what day of the month you close on, you're going to miss the next month and then pay on the 1st. All payments are due on the 1st of that second month. So even if you close on the 15th or the 30th or the 1st, you're still going to miss the next month. Most people, back in the day, it used to be you would miss 60 days, but now it's not like that. So if you close on the 1st, you're still going to miss the rest of this month and the next month. If you close on the 31st, you're going to miss the 31st and the next month and still be paid on that 1st and the next month.
Okay. And then I don't know if you told us, how many floor plans do we have here?
We have 8 floor plans, 6 single stories and 2 stories.
Wow. And how many bedrooms do the 2 stories have?
The 2 stories, I'm gonna 2, 4, 6, 8. I just wanted to confirm that. So the 2 stories have Then the Owl is our smallest 2-story. It has 2 bedrooms up and 2 bedrooms up, 1 bath, and a game room, and then 2 bedrooms and 2 bath downstairs. So it's a 4-bedroom, 3 bath, 3 full baths, not a half, but a full. And then our Mallard is a 5-bedroom, 4 bath. Now again, any of our plans have some deviations, so each plan is different. If you wanted to do a 4-bedroom and a study on that Mallard, you can do that, but then it would change it from a 4 bath to a 3.5.
This was a great interview so far, you guys.
Yeah, she threw some questions in there that wasn't expected, but that's okay.
That makes it perfect.
Yes.
So, that's all the questions that I have. I think that we did really good.
Okay.
So I appreciate your time today.
No, it was a pleasure, and I would like to keep you guys posted. So as time progresses, I would like to have videos of the completed amenity center, the walk-in park, the walking trail, and this is just going to be a fantastic neighborhood. The projected number of homes is over 1,800 houses.
Wow.
So
you guys have 1,800 chances to get your house in this neighborhood.
And what I would suggest is you get in first, because as we build, we will build equity in your home.
Mm-hmm.
As we continue to build, the prices will continue to go up, and that will just be more equity in your home.
And equity is wealth. Just so y'all remember, equity is wealth. If y'all have any questions and you want to see more homes, you're going to see the homes in the neighborhood, don't worry about that. But if you have any questions and you want to talk with us one-on-one, you can always give me a call. My number is 817-757-0420. It's going to be down below. And again, her name is Pam. You're going to come through me, and I'm going to connect you with Pam, because this is my girl. Okay, so just contact me and I will get y'all in touch. I will get you out here. If you want to do your private tour, we can do that also. But if you want to see more new construction homes, you can always visit my website at hotnewhomesdfw.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this channel with all your friends and family. And I'm always here for you. Bye, guys.
Bye.